Hi everyone, welcome to Thursday. It's day 4 of our walk through Holy Week, and today we're going to be looking at the Last Supper, which we can find in Matthew 26. So I'm just going to read to you from Matthew 26 verse 26 to 28. While they were eating, Jesus took bread, and when he had given thanks, he broke it and gave it to his disciples, saying, "Take and eat, this is my body." Then he took a cup, and when he had given thanks, again he gave it to them, saying, "Drink from it, all of you. This is my blood of the covenant, the promise, which is poured out for many for the forgiveness of sins." You know, there's so much we can learn from this act that Jesus did. We call it the Last Supper, sometimes we call it the Eucharist or Holy Communion. I'd love for you to ask your parents about all the different names that we have for it and all the different meanings. But what I'd love for us to take from it today is it's just a beautiful way to remember Jesus through the everyday of eating and drinking, which is what we do every day, isn't it? And so I don't want us to think that remembering Jesus in this way is only for church services where we take official Holy Communion. There's something really beautiful about sitting around the table at home with your family, which I guess we're all doing lots more of right now, which is great, and taking just a cup of squash I've got here. Your parents might want to have some wine, but you can have some squash, and it doesn't matter what squash it is. I've got blackcurrant here, but you could have anything. And taking some bread. I just got just some sliced loaf, but you could take pita bread, you could take rolls, it doesn't matter what it is. And just taking a moment to remember what Jesus did for us. And as you share the bread together, and as you drink from the cup, the idea is that we take a moment out of our busy lives and remember the sacrifice that Jesus made for us on the cross and the life that we now have because of what he did for us. It's amazing. And so my challenge for you today is to do that with your family. Why don't you find some bread, find some squash, and take a moment before dinner or any time during the day to remember and give thanks to what Jesus did on the cross for us. And perhaps if it'll help, another activity you can do is to take just whatever food you're given for lunch or for dinner or for breakfast, and you can tell your parents that Nick said it's okay, so you can play with your food and see if you can turn it into a body, see if you can turn it into a person. And that way, I don't know, but for me, sometimes just taking a piece of bread and trying to imagine this is Jesus is quite difficult. So perhaps turning your food to make it look like a body might help you remember that it's Jesus we're thinking of. So here's my attempt. This is my standard snack of tomato, some peppers, and of course some chocolate. And when you lay it out like that, you kind of almost get a man. It's a bit random. I'm sure you can do way better than that. But have a go, see if you can turn your food into the shape of a person. But whatever you do, however you do this, take time to remember what Jesus did on the cross and give thanks to him for it. He's totally worth it.